Hey friends, the time has come for us to make cinnamon rolls. I'm very excited. So right now for me, it's almost 10 o'clock in the evening. This is another one of those overnight doughs that we have to make ahead in advance, but that's very normal with sourdough making. So it's just something to think ahead about. So in my bowl, I've got 2.5 cups of flour. To that, I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of sugar and then 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And just stir that around so that the salt is incorporated. The sugar, not a big deal if it's not incorporated fully. Salt and sourdough don't like direct contact because the salt basically kills the yeast. But anyways, a little won't hurt it. But look how nice and big my starter is. It's very happy. It's at its peak now, so if I tip it, it's gonna fall out. So I'm just gonna stir. Check it out. This is what we want. So I'm just going to stir down those bubbles so that we can get an accurate read. And we'll need 1/2 cup of sourdough starter for this recipe. All right. Now, so again, keeping in mind that you'll want to feed your starter again to bulk it up if you think that you need more than this. I might just stick this in the fridge as it is. All right. So we will add the starter to our bowl. And notice the bowl is quite large. And again, you always want to make sure that you have a large enough bowl to cover the dough when it doubles in size. Otherwise, it'll just blob out onto your counter. So last 2 ingredients is a cup of milk. And 1/4 cup of melted butter or oil, whatever you choose. And we will just take a few moments to stir this up. Now this is again another wet dough, like our bread dough, but I'll show you how we can make it easier on ourselves to deal with the stickiness without adding too much extra flour. Because when we add too much flour, it makes a denser product, and sometimes we just want something nice and light and fluffy, right? So now this will look very wet. So very, very wet. Trust me here. The flour will get absorbed a good deal, and again, we'll let it rest overnight, covering it up with its lid. And then we'll see it again in 8 to 10 hours. So see you in the morning.